So I've invited a friend to join me today and talk about this lemon cake and make it together. Oh, Andrea.
Hello.
Hi, come on in.
I hear lemons.
You hear lemons and you hear cake.
Mwah.
So here we are.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming. So we're gonna make a lemon cake today that has polenta and almond flour and a little bit of an Italian secret that we have.
Great.
So you are Italian.
I am.
Tell me about your, I am too.
Yeah.
When I met my husband's family, they said, she'll be okay. She's half Italian. My God. Go ahead.
And they accepted you. Yes.
They did.
My father's family is Italian, and my grandmother lived to 102 years old.
102.
102. And when she was 80, I was like, what is she doing to be so vibrant? And she was a phenomenal cook.
Of course.
And everything was from scratch. And actually, lemons were her favorite fruit.
She ate them like fruit.
She could bite into a lemon, and that was her favorite fruit.
So was she a happy person?
Oh, absolutely.
So in Chinese medicine, we say sour taste, like lemon, governs the emotion of irritability and anger. So people who eat sour taste are happy. Oh. So there you go.
Hey,
there you go.
Does vinegar count? I love vinegar.
It does. It does. Sour taste.
Yeah.
All right, let's start this cake.
Great.
So what we did this morning was we boiled these 2 whole lemons for 20 minutes. Feel how soft they got.
Oh,
And you boil them just in water to cover the lemons. Then you're going to take these same lemons and cut them in half just to remove the seeds, because the seeds can be a little bitter. So you just want to take these out. Sure. Just put them on the side there. You just want to make sure that there's not a lot of seeds in here, because we're going to puree the entire lemon.
That's great. You get the zest, you get the juice,
you get everything.
the
We get the pith, everything.
Yeah.
So they're going to go in here.
Okay.
Along with, if you wouldn't mind measuring,
Sure.
8 tablespoons, a half cup, so 2/4 cups of extra virgin olive oil. This is an olive oil based cake.
You want 2 of these?
2 of those. I know, I measure in a very odd way, either 1/4 cups or half cups, no matter how much of something I'm making. It's ridiculous, but that's how I work.
Hey, it works. It's worked for a long time for you.
It has worked for a long time. We'll put some vanilla in, carefully measured, about a teaspoon. You know, people measure the way they measure when they bake. Some sift, some whisk, some weigh. And there are some recipes I weigh things for. Like when I make French cakes, French cannelé, I weigh my ingredients. Most of the time, I don't. I don't sift, I don't whisk, I don't do any of it. Nothing, nothing. So you're gonna add to that 7 tablespoons of coconut sugar. And coconut sugar is a low glycemic index sugar. It's still sugar. Listen, sugar is sugar is sugar, but this one's low glycemic index, meaning it doesn't give you a heavy load on the glycogen in your blood. So, and it tastes like caramel and brown sugar. It doesn't taste like coconut, so it's a really nice option,
and
shall we say.
it won't be too sweet either.
And it won't be too sweet.
I love that.
Now we'll add to this some of the cooking water from the lemons. And now you're gonna mix that into a slurry.
Okay.
Okay, so just
do that.
have at it.
My pleasure.
Perfect.
All right.
Okay, so there's our slurry. Now, before we actually make the cake, you and I have a very sort of similar, we're not supposed to be here history.
Yes.
So while I measure flour, let's talk about that.
So, you know, when I was in my early 30s, my life kind of came to a sudden halt. I had this explosive headache that turned out to be a benign brain tumor and a bleeding AVM. And I had to have emergency brain surgery. And it was a pretty harrowing experience and recovery. When I started to pay attention more to what I was eating, and I learned that what we eat and our lifestyle choices account for much more than our genes, everything shifted. That was so empowering to me.
Oh, yeah.
So then I just started to pay attention to what the evidence-based nutrition said. And it was like plants, plants, plants. That's how you're gonna live a long, healthy life.
That's right, that's exactly right.
So
and the cool thing is, being Italian, it's so easy.
It's plants.
Right? That's all they eat are plants.
Yeah. And luckily, I found the right cooks. I came to your classes, and you were a resource with how to make delicious food that tastes good and promotes health. So
and
that's
does promote health.
And then I found out, you have this similar story.
Yeah.
So thank you.
You're welcome. So
Yeah.
in here we have so far sprouted whole wheat flour. Then I added to it some almond flour, a little bit of polenta. Now goes in some baking powder, about a teaspoon.
About.
Yeah, about. And then I have 2 tablespoons here of, it's just, you can use any plant-based egg replacer. And you're gonna mix this up. And now, my friend, you are gonna add this slurry
Okay.
into this mix. You see it's nice and thick?
Yes.
Smells amazing.
Look at that. This is such a cool technique.
The only thing that would make this better is if we were on the Amalfi Coast doing this, Amalfi Coast lemons.
Can we do that next time?
We can, sure. So now you're just gonna mix this into a cake batter. And you save all of the lemon cooking water, because if your cake batter's too thick, I don't wanna thin it with things like oat milk or soy milk. Number one, they don't really add anything to it in terms of your crumb. And number two, they just add calories. When I bake at home, everything you've ever tasted that I made is with water. I hardly use plant milks at all. I do use them in my French cannelé, but
Is that bitter, the lemon water?
taste it.
No.
I'm gonna end up
It's
using
just like
most of
a
it.
hint.
Yep.
It's an essence.
Yep.
Nice.
And then if you would take the zester while I mix and zest this lemon into this batter.
Sure.
And so what you're trying to create here, the smell is amazing. Between the lemons and the lemon zest and the,
A little bit of the sweetness.
yep. But you want this nice sort of what they call a spoonable batter. And then, seeing as it's vegan, oh yeah, taste that.
All right.
Yeah,
Perfectly balanced.
yep.
Are we good with the zest?
Yep, we're good with the zest. So now you're gonna take this small ladle, my friend, and you're gonna fill these. You may get 5, you may get 6.
Okay.
It depends.
Can I be messy?
Yes, you can. So this recipe makes what's called a standard bundt pan, or it makes 5 or 6 of these minis. I'm gonna take a small saucepan and some brown rice syrup. And brown rice syrup is a fermented sweetener made from rice and cultured rice that gives you the flavor of, say, I want to say like butterscotch, but it's a fermented sweetener, so it digests differently than a sweetener that's made just from sugar. And we're gonna bring this to a really high rolling boil. I never told you I'd give you the easy job.
I'm sweating over here.
That's all right, don't worry. They look like when I do them, they're just like there's stuff
Oh, you
everywhere.
said you don't measure sometimes? So
I
this
don't,
Is,
I don't. If this is easier than the ladle, like we can fill in with this.
Okay. Hey, we got 6 here.
We did get 6. And once these are to where you want them, and don't worry if the pans are messy. The cool
Okay.
thing about these little bunts is that they come out like super clean, and the pan's clean really easy. And then once you have the batter in here, you really want to go around and kind of like make sure your batter is even so your cakes bake even, and also so that you have an even, like you don't have holes in it. A lot of times when people bake, they now take the pan and they slam it. Yeah, we don't have eggs, we can't do that.
Right.
So I just kind of shake them a little bit, and these will go in the oven for, what a shame, 23 minutes. And then after 23 minutes, they come out looking like this. And then you take your brown rice syrup that you've heated, take a little tablespoon, and you just glaze them.
Beautiful.
You can add lemon juice to this, but if you add lemon juice to your glaze, you have to be really careful because lemon juice will turn really bitter really fast if you cook it for too long. And this is just a tiny amount of like, almost like just a finish.
Yeah.
What would your Nana think of this?
Oh my gosh, she would love this.
She would love these?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, shall we?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay.
Can't wait.
I'm just gonna start with a small sliver,
Thank
but
you.
really,
It's so
you know,
tender.
we kind of split these when we eat
Cheers.
them. Cheers. And guess what? Now I'm off to the Amalfi Coast to make lemon cake another way with a vegan chef in Scala.